What did Bluey say? What did I ask? In Bluey, there have been adult jokes that only a few noticed. Today, we're going to show you the 30 funniest adult jokes we found in Bluey, jokes that even Disney had to ban. Drunk jokes. These were some of the jokes they enjoyed putting in the whole series the most, and there are quite a few of them. The first one we find is in the episode Festival of Touchers. Here we can see that Chili and Trixie seem to be more giggly than usual. But what's curious compared to other episodes is that they were drinking this mysterious lemonade. And it was thanks to the parents' reaction that we realized this lemonade didn't just have lemon in it. This lemonade was made to get you tipsy. The second joke is in the episode The Show, where Chili and Bandit talk about how they first met in London. And well, when Bandit mentions that the Queen of England was next to them, Chili replied that she didn't remember any of that. And it was thanks to both of their expressions that we understood Chili had too many lemonades that night. We find this third joke in bedtime, right when Bingo asks Bandit to sing her a song. And even though it might seem like just a simple funny song from Bandit, the name gives us an idea that it's not a lullaby. 99 bottles. I think Bandit meant the song Pass Me the Bottle. Of course, those bottles aren't going to be milk. Also, that wasn't the only time this song appeared. Did you notice that we also saw this song in the episode Baby Race? I guess we all remember this fourth reference to drunk people, and we saw it in the episode The Sign, right when Chili goes looking for Frisky. Here we can hear that Chili and Frisky used to go to this same place to think.
Frisky and I used to come here as teenagers to think.
But only a few realized that it was a direct reference to them going there to drink. And that's because it's a reference to The Simpsons.
But now I have to go somewhere to think very seriously.
It'll be to drink very seriously.
Yes, that's what I thought.
So Frisky wasn't just going to think, he was going to drown his sorrows. The next joke is found in Wales. Here we can clearly see that Chili and Bandit are more hungover than salmon in sushi. And this is obvious because they were trying to cure their hangover with junk food. That's what the whole episode is about. And they just tell the girls that they're sleepy. I wonder why that is. The next joke is from the episode Double Babysitter. When Chili introduces Rad and Frisky, Chili asks if they already know each other. But Frisky makes a comment to Rad about whether he was the one who fell into the pool.
Did you fall into the pool at the wedding party?
Come on guys, I don't think Rad fell in because he's too smart, but rather because he had too many drinks. And of course, we couldn't miss the scene of Stripe crawling like a rat behind the bush in the poster. Oh Stripe, I wonder, how did you end up there? Now let's move on to the jokes about swear words. Yes, in fact, in Bluey there are a lot of swear words that only a few people noticed, since these jokes were meant for adults to understand. Here we're going to show you two special moments. The first one has to do with Muffin in the episode The Cone. Right when Muffin says goodbye, she says the phrase,
See you on Thursday?
and this, my friends, is not innocent at all. In English, there's a very common phrase which is see you next Tuesday, but it seems like everything is normal, although it's not. The hidden trick is that if you take the first letters of each word in English, but change the first two, we have C, which can sound like the C in English or like you or you in English. N from next and T from Tuesday, which together form a very rude word in English. One of the worst insults, which is used a lot in Australia and the United Kingdom. So they say this phrase over there as a disguised way of saying an insult without saying it directly. But the curious thing was that in Bluey they didn't leave the word Tuesday, but changed it to Thursday, because Thursday in English also starts with T. That's why only a few people noticed this hidden bad word. The second bad word we hear in Bluey is in the episode Workers Here, while Bingo and Bluey are spying on Chip and Sparky. The girls tell on them to Chili, saying they're saying bad words, especially because it was the same word Chili said when the dishwasher broke.
Did he say a word you said when the dishwasher broke?
The next adult section is about the forbidden, the things only adults do. And wow, this topic comes up more than it should. In the Bluey series, the most famous joke appears in the Bob Bilby episode. And it only took 3 words from Chili for Bandit's camera to go off in a burst.
Are you ready, Bob?
Seriously, friends, give it a like if you got this on the first try. The next joke is in the episode Restaurant. Here, Bandit. Just wants to act like a ladies' man, the one who knows all the seduction tricks, but it doesn't work out for him. He tells Chili that he's going to show her a few things about love. I'll show you several things about romance, but even he doesn't believe it himself, so Chili just has to ignore him. This is a reference to most guys, men, or even older gentlemen who think they know everything about love. And they go around telling this to people who don't even care. The next one is in the episode Escape, where Chili and Bandit just want to spend some time alone. And well, if we've already seen what Bluey is capable of, you can imagine why they wanted to be alone. The last joke in this category is found in Hammerbarn, and obviously it's a hint. Homewrecker, and it has to do with the gnome spouses, when Bluey says that Bingo is taking her husband. This is a very specific joke about the idea of homewreckers, lovers who steal other people's husbands. There's even a little joke about a possible affair in the background with Indy's mom, and had this gentleman dog even noticed it? The next joke is about babies that nobody expected in a children's show. For example, in the episode The Dump, Bluey calmly asks where she was before she was born. Bandit practically answers. That's because kids always ask that, and parents haven't even written an essay to know how to answer. Then, in Night with Dad, Bluey drops the classic.
How does the baby get inside the lady's belly?
This Bluey really knows how to put poor Bandit on the spot, since he's left speechless. Then we have the jokes about how babies are born. In the episode Car Ride, Bandit tells Bluey. But he says this in a tone as if he had seen a ghost, because obviously after that, poor Bandit's blood sugar dropped from what he saw. And only adults know why. And then we have the episode Baby Daddy, the most censored and deleted episode of all, where Pat mentions that maybe they'll have to take the baby out through the sunroof. This is basically a joke about C-sections, because not all babies are born the same way. Then, in Mom's School, Bluey calmly tells Chili that all those stuffed animals are her children, and that she was the one who gave birth to all of them. And Chili reacts like someone who has actually experienced childbirth in real life and must have just been thinking how she didn't end up meeting St. Peter in the process. And just when you think there wouldn't be any more baby jokes, now come the jokes about no more babies. In the perfect episode, Bandit starts talking about keeping options open and whether or not they want more kids. Which is basically a real adult conversation but in dog version. Here they talk about getting their tubes tied so they don't keep having babies, and this is something only adults know what we're talking about. Coincidentally, in the next episode Room, they're removing Bluey's baby crib. So that probably means Bandit did get his tubes tied. Then we move on to Hammerbarn, where they talk directly about getting rid of someone for fooling around. In this scene, the death of the gnome husband is implied, and Chili responds that those are the consequences when someone isn't happy with what they want. So, they're making us understand that Mr. Gnome got what he deserved for being unfaithful with the other wives. Poor Bandit, no wonder he's so afraid of Chili. And obviously, we couldn't miss Bluey's classic low blows, because the creator of Bluey loves The Simpsons. And it's really obvious since Bandit gets a lot of low blows. Maybe that's why he lost his marbles. We see it in Slide. Magic Claw, Bedtime, Born Yesterday, Rug Island, Santa's Rail. And basically, it's the same joke as Homer screaming but in dog version. Some of them were even too much for Disney, so they wiped them out completely. And now we get to the weirdest jokes, the ones you can almost smell, and these are the poop jokes. Just take a look at the game Silent and Mr. Monkey Jocks. Names like Pebble Dasher come up, which to a kid just sounds like any silly name, like Little Running Stone, but in English, Pebble Dashing. It's a very specific saying that adults use to talk about really intense diarrhea, the kind where, well, stuff comes out. But, on the other hand, the other phrase they say, dingleberries, is another similar term, but that one is much more well-known and straightforward. It refers to little pieces of poop that get stuck. Oh my god, that's why Disney did cut this joke. There was no way to make that seem innocent. Let's go back again to Daddy Baby because that episode has it all. In a birth scene, something that actually happens in real life occurs due to all the pushing. If the mom didn't go to the bathroom before giving birth, her dingleberries usually come out from all the effort, and they showed this in this scene from Bluey, with food. And to top it all off, an honorable mention that made half the internet go crazy. It's in the episode Hospital. Bandit is looking at an x-ray, and it seems like there's a strange object inside his body, but Bandit sees it and says very calmly that it's a potted plant, that's a flower pot. So what was the problem? That in Australian English they say pot plant to refer to a regular plant in a pot.
Oh, it's a plant.
But in the United States, the word pot is almost always associated with another plant that's not exactly legal, so to speak. So a lot of people thought that Bluey had slipped in a hidden drug joke, when in reality, there was no double meaning at all. Bandit was just using normal, everyday Australian English, not that he had put an illegal plant in his body. These were all the adult jokes we found in Bluey. Let us know in the comments if you or your parents noticed any others.